Hello, Oracles! Tesla stock is the new FAANG. For those of you who do not know, FAANG stands for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Those are the top tech stocks that you could have had over the past decade. They are those tech giants that everyone talks about. Well, when people start talking about Tesla and a busted growth story, well, these companies have already hit the top of their S-curve when it comes to growth. They are still growing in most cases, but they're just not growing at the same pace Tesla is. Tesla is growing as those companies were way back in the beginning. Big difference is Tesla is bringing in significantly more net income than some of them are right now, and Tesla is very early on in their S-curve. For instance, Amazon last night missed their earnings. They brought in $105 billion more revenue than Tesla did, but their operating income was significantly less. Amazon brought in $2.5 billion in operating income, and Tesla brought in $3.69 billion. So Tesla bringing in less top-line numbers, but more money on the bottom line to be able to spend to grow their business even further. So Amazon, still a good company, but they're clearly losing a lot of market cap. Last night alone, they lost $233 billion in market cap. So right now, the top 6 companies in the world based upon market cap are Apple at number 1 with a market cap of $2.32 trillion. Second is Saudi Aramco with just over $2 trillion. Third is Microsoft with $1.69 trillion. Fourth is Google with $1.205 trillion. Google is Alphabet, so Alphabet is the parent company. Amazon at $900 billion and Tesla at $700 billion. And from what we have seen this week, Google and Amazon have fallen down significantly. Apple and Microsoft held up relatively strong, and Saudi Aramco, I think in the future, is going to start sliding to the wayside as we shift away from oil. So Tesla coming up, and as Elon had said, he sees that Tesla can be worth as much as Apple and Saudi Aramco combined. So that is just over a $4 trillion market cap. So based upon where we are right now, that is going to be almost a 6x. Now, Elon did not give any time frames for this, so we can just speculate based upon numbers and the growth of the company as to when they would surpass those two. But back in 2016, Elon did say that Tesla was going to be worth as much as Apple was. And at that time, Apple was worth $600 billion, and then 4 years later in 2020, Tesla became worth $660 billion. So this is just something that we are foreseeing in the future that Elon is predicting. We will see if he will be right on this again, but I do see Tesla moving up this list significantly over the next couple of years. Maybe even next year becoming the most valuable if these other companies falter. Apple, again, seems to be holding up relatively strong based upon earnings this week, so they may not fall down as far. I have been predicting that Tesla was going to overtake Apple as the top company for market cap by 2025 or 2026. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments on that, when you think Tesla is going to take the #1 spot for market cap in the world. And so when we look at these FAANG stocks, these are companies that, yes, they're the tech giants, those are the blue chips that everybody says that you should be having your money in, but those FAANG stocks don't always stay FAANG stocks. Think about the fact that 10 years ago, most of those companies didn't even exist. And if they existed, they were just in their infancy or they were barely scraping by to get through. So looking at Apple alone, they really didn't start exploding in their business until they came out with the iPhone. Then they took off and then they came out with the App Store, and that really pushed them even higher. So that didn't happen until about 2007, 2008 timeframe where they started. So 10 years ago, most of these FAANG stocks were not the stocks that everybody was like, oh, these are the blue chip stocks. They were the up and coming growth stocks. They were the future FAANG stocks at that time. So before then, we didn't have those stocks. So now moving forward, seeing as most of these stocks aren't even in the top for market cap anymore, we are going to be seeing a new wave of companies coming in to take over these spots. Tesla will most likely be the #1 in that, in my opinion. So you guys can let me know in the comments below what other companies you think we will see in the future. Perhaps it's companies we don't even know about yet. Maybe they're companies that don't even exist yet. We could joke and say maybe Palantir will be in there. Who knows? Again, there's so many speculations that are out there, so many different things that can happen over the next decade. Most of these companies, it was because there was something that changed around everyone. It was the internet and social media that really took off that drove most of these companies forward. So going into the future, well, what can we see that is changing when it comes to society and culture? EVs. We heard about yesterday how the EU had just passed a law that says by 2035, no more new internal combustion engines can be produced. So seeing as the governments are pushing towards this one direction, society is moving in that direction. Society is moving towards EVs. Society is moving towards renewable, sustainable energy. Tesla is going to be a leader in both of those. So if you're looking for any signs as to which companies could be at the top or one of the new FAANG stocks, just look at where society is moving. Look at where regulations are moving us as a culture. That is where that next company is going to come from. That, to me, again, is going to be Tesla. And we don't know what other companies are going to be out of this, but I have a feeling they are going to have to do with EVs, they're going to have to do with renewable energy, and they're going to have to do with AI. Tesla is one of the leaders in all three of those categories. So when you're looking at the next FAANG stocks, I think those areas are going to be where we see it. Genomics are another place where a lot of people are thinking that we may see it, but genomics are a little ways off, and those might not be coming as FAANG stocks until maybe the 2030s. I don't know, that's such a long ways away, but that's something we can discuss with Dr. Jack and Pedro on Sunday. So if you guys want to join us over there 4 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be doing our health and wealth session. So we'll be discussing all of these things with them, and we can discuss genomics as well, because that is going to be a big piece in the future for our health also. And right now it looks like the health of the FAANG stocks is not doing as well as it was in the past, and we are now looking at the new young blood coming up and this youth of Tesla and other stocks that are going to take over the new FAANG spots in the future. And how I had tweeted about this morning, I had mentioned how, Elon right now owns SpaceX, the Model X, and the now Internet X. So for me, whenever I have watched pirate movies, I have learned that X marks the spot where treasure is. So when I'm going to be investing my money, I want to invest my money in the place where X marks the spot. So Elon just happens to have a monopoly on these, so I'm going to be investing in them. I do not invest in Twitter myself, and now that he's going to be taking the company private, it's going to be delisted tonight. It doesn't really matter, so I don't think I could be able to get into that, so I can't invest in SpaceX. I would love to be able to invest in these in the future. We'll see if that ends up happening. I have a feeling we're going to get Starlink in a few years, but we'll see how that goes. But you guys can let me know if maybe you are actually able to privately invest in SpaceX, and if you would be able to invest in Twitter or X.com, as is going to become soon as well. That would be pretty awesome, and I would love to be able to chat with you guys as well. And so now with all the talk that we had been having earlier this week about prices coming down in China and demand issues going on, and that's why they're coming down with prices, over in Europe, they are raising prices on the Model Y long range and performance by $1,450. So prices are going up over there. So this just tells me that there is still strong demand, especially coming out of Germany. And we just heard yesterday as well that the Model Y was the best-selling vehicle of all vehicles in Europe. So again, you guys can let me know in the comments below when you think it is that Tesla is going to take over the #1 spot in market cap. Where do you think they're going to be on the list next year? How far up the list do you think that they are going to move? And when do you think it is going to be that Tesla is going to overtake Apple and Saudi Aramco as a combined market cap of $4 trillion? Also, tonight we are going to be doing our Friday night live stream, and as I had mentioned previously, anybody who is a member or a patron, I will send you guys links to my StreamYard account so that you guys can jump on the live stream as well, and we can all chat in person. I will also be throwing out that link to a few special guests just in case they can hop on also, and we can all discuss with those guys. So you guys can intermingle with all of us, and of course the rest of you guys in the comments, we love you guys in there. You guys are an absolute riot, so you guys can continue to comment in there, and now we can have a full discussion with all of us. So I look forward to that to you guys tonight. I will send that out this afternoon. And for anyone who is going to hop on that live stream, I think I'm allowed like 9 people on there, so I'll try to rotate in and out. You guys can stay for as long or short as you want. If you want to just hop on and say hi, that's cool too. I just ask that you guys be respectful and try to keep the swearing to a minimum if you are a person who swears. I do as well, I just don't do it on this channel. But you guys are totally open to speak freely, but if you guys do get out of line, I will shut you off. But I think you guys as members and patrons are not going to be like that. So I'm totally on board with you guys saying whatever you feel. Otherwise, I want to thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. If you found any value in this video, please consider liking it and sharing it with others. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat, that link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further and get some perks and the ability to jump on these live streams, we do have that membership and patron program down in the comments below as well. Thank you so much. Have a great one.